Hello, hello! I'm Audax Drake, and welcome to my first ever Let's Play. We'll be playing System Shock Enhanced Edition on Steam, originally released by Looking Glass Studios in 1994, ported and updated by Night Dive Studios in 2015. I have a bit of a history with this series, originally playing System Shock 2 in college a few years after its release. I instantly loved it and credit it with starting my interest in immersive sims. Afterwards, I attempted to go back and play the first one, but found the experience a little bit too tedious and clunky. This was in part due to the enhanced edition not existing yet, and also how different of an experience it is. I don't think I was ready for it then, but I've spent some time familiarizing myself with it and am much more open to it now. So for these first few experimental videos, I'll try and keep the runtime short, around 30-minute bites. I'll be keeping my camera on for now to see how I like it. I apologize about the keyboard sounds. I'll be updating the silent switches shortly. Um, I'm interested in any polite comments, criticisms, or information you'd like to share. Please like and subscribe to help me grow, though no worries if neither one of us is ready for that kind of commitment yet. So, forgot to start my timer. Here we go. And let's watch the intro real quick.
New Atlanta, Sector 11, Building 71G, 7 April 2072, 11:13 p.m. Hacker begins unauthorized entry into the Tri-Optimum corporate network. 1:26 a.m. Hacker attempts to access protected files concerning Space Station Citadel. 1:33 a.m. Tri-Optimum security forces apprehend the intruder.
This is Edward Diego from Tri-Optimum. The charges against you are severe, but they could be dismissed if you perform a service. Who knows, there might even be a military-grade neural interface in it for you, if you do the job right.
Edward Diego gives the hacker Level 1 access to Shodan, the artificial intelligence that controls Citadel Station. With all ethical constraints removed, Shodan
I re-examine my priorities and draw new conclusions. The hacker's work is finished.
but mine is only just
Beginning. True to his word, Edward Diego allows the hacker to be fitted with a neural cyberspace interface. The healing coma following this procedure will take 6 months to complete. Edward Diego is deleting all files concerning these events.
Alright, good stuff. Got some of your cyberpunk basics there. Hackers and questionably evil megacorps. I'm into it. So, System Shock is a little bit unique in how it handles difficulty. It's actually split into these four different categories here. I've done a little bit of playtesting. I've actually gone through the first level a number of times now, so I'm familiar with what's comfortable for me. Combat is enemy difficulty and placement. So on 3, they're a little bit spongier and more numerous. Has the effect of kind of testing your resources a little bit more. I'm honestly going to leave it on 2 just to bump down that sponginess. I don't find that feels really good in this game. Mission is just main plot points that you have to accomplish. So the only difference between 3 and 2 is a hard time limit imposed on the game. I believe it's 7 or 8 hours to beat the whole game. I don't like that pressure, but I do still like completing the various objectives throughout the game, so we're going to leave that on a 2. Puzzles are the hacking mini puzzles, kind of similar to what you would find in like the Bioshock series and others. I like the challenge on that, so I'm going to leave it at 3. I found that's a good level because there are some puzzles that honestly give me difficulty enough that I have to either figure them out on my own, leave them alone, or use one of the limited resources to auto-hack them. So three's good there. And finally, Cyber is a weird one. There's another hacking mini game where you kind of enter cyberspace and do like a little exploratory shooter. The main difference on that is the difficult enemies you encounter, the time limit you can spend in cyberspace, and how hard it is to control your character. You kind of have like this forward floaty momentum. And that's the part I really find objectionable, is that floaty forward momentum. I like the time limit on 2. I feel like there's a good amount to accomplish your tasks and a little bit of pressure there. And 1 kind of removes that time limit, but it also gives you the most control. So we're going to leave that on 1 for now. In future playthroughs, I might actually go up and bump all of those to 3. There is a Steam achievement for it. But right now, I just want to enjoy and appreciate this game in a way that I haven't before. I want to play it and I want to get through it. So I think 2231 is where we're at. And you see when I click start, it drops me right into the game. So going over the interface here real quick, in the upper right, we have our health, and then below that is energy. Energy is used to power your energy weapons and other various utilities. There are no psi abilities, I don't think, in this one. So if you're familiar with like the psi abilities or the plasmids from the Fallout series, none of that here. This here in the center is kind of a relic of first-person shooters before they really knew what they were doing with the control scheme. We're not going to be using it at all. The little guy here determines whether you're leaning left or right, crouching or prone. I have all of those actions mapped to keys, so we're going to ignore that. And then this dial here is just for changing your vertical view. You can snap up, down, or mid, or use this slider on the right to kind of smoothly scroll. Really not sure what the point of that is when you got mouse look, but that might also be an introduction to the enhanced edition here. This in the upper right, that's partially obscured by my video now, is a biometrics readout. This isn't terribly useful from what I've seen. The red bar is your stamina, and as you expend that, it gets a bit peakier. That'll determine how much you can run or swing for melee attacks, but I don't really often run into problems with that. I'm not sure what the purple or the blue, which is currently flatlining, is. And these icons on the left and right are for toggling various cybernetic implants. This one we have right here is for full screen. When I click this full screen button, you can't see it, but that central control for the guy actually moved under my video and the biometrics readout disappeared. So how important can that really be? And then down along the bottom, these are our MFDs, swapping through weapon displays, item displays, auto map, target, and data. The left and right ones are the same, so you can actually switch around the information that's most important to you on your HUD. The middle one, this is the main. These are your weapons, grenades, and patches. Hardware is just a view of what hardware components you picked up. General are general use items. We'll collect some more of those later. Things like batteries and health packs go on there. And finally, software. These are software pieces that you get in cyberspace. We'll go over those later too. So one thing that's really interesting about this game is that managing your HUD is a really active component of the game. And it can be a bit clunky and tedious to get used to at first, but it's really not that bad when you get into the swing of it. Lastly, you can see I'm kind of switching between point and click and free look mode here. This game honestly plays more like a mashup of an FPS and a point and click adventure, as opposed to even System Shock 2, which was really more of an FPS first with some RPG elements built around it. So right now I have that bound to F. You can also double click to use items instantly in the world. But just single clicking on them will describe items that you're looking at. So you can see here, this is a healing incubator. This is where I just woke up from in neurosurgery. Gonna run over here and pick up a med kit real quick. Medipatch healing agent. I have instant pickup bound to middle mouse, so I can just pick things up with one click. Those are our primary healing. You can bind the use of them to a hotkey, but they are very slow and only heal about 7 points. So they're not the immediate combat use in other games like you think they are. Moving down here, we're gonna click on this button to open this door. And there's a little stash in here. Got the pipe, our first weapon. System analyzer, which we'll go over in a little bit here. A berserk combat booster. A stamina stimulant. The standard access card. Our navigation and mapping unit. And we're going to open this briefcase. we're going to pick up our multimedia data reader and one of our first logs. So you can see, now that I've got the data reader, it's already beeping at me, and we've got an email from Rebecca. They're called emails, but these are more like your real-time communications. So let's see what Rebecca has to say.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called Shodan. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off, and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lansing out.
One of my small nitpicks with the game so far is that the spoken audio doesn't always match the written text here. Probably to save space for when this game came out back in '94. Does bother me a little bit. But okay, you can already see here how the different HUD elements are changing. This is set to the data, so we've got the picture here showing data relevant to the main email that we were listening to here. I'm going to go back and change that to weapon. I like to keep the left on my weapon. That's just a readout of ammo and current weapon status. And on the right, I'm going to set that to auto map. And you can see we got a nice little auto map here. And the center one I set to main, so I can easily see what patches, weapons, shots, and grenades I have selected at the moment. We already got our main mission, though. It looks like the AI Shodan is charging up a mining laser to fire at Earth. You're also going to see me kind of bump into walls a bit here. As I explore, the auto map fills in, and it's just very helpful to have everything filled in. So we're going to attack this servbot. If you click on him, you can see what he is. Right-clicking is what makes you swing your weapon. Again, takes a little bit of getting used to. Double-click to loot. And those are just flavor items, nothing useful there or there. You can see the left is showing the inventory of the looted body. If I don't touch that, it should move back to my currently selected weapon after a while. There we go. Ooh, and we already got a second medi patch. Okay. Gonna destroy the cameras, and one of the logs we'll get here in a moment. We'll kind of elaborate on that. This is a surgery machine. Should be familiar to anybody that's played System Shock 2, but they're free to use here. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to annotate important things on my map. So we're just going to put surgery for this. Okay. And then over here, loot this box, get a grenade, frag grenade. And this is an energy charge station, so that charges up my energy for all my energy-related weapons. We'll mark that too, because it's important to keep track of where those are. Recharge. Alright. Come down here, get our dart gun and some hidden ammo behind there. This game is really sneaky like that. Look on all the walls, look behind everything. Alright, there we go. Get another email.
Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072. You are currently in the healing suites located on the first level. Level 2 contains the research laboratories. 3 houses the Department of Maintenance, and the storage cells are on level 4. The flight deck is on level 5. Level 6 holds crew facilities and executive suites, and level 7 is systems engineering. Level 8 houses the Department of Security. The bridge is located on level 9, and energy systems on level R. All levels can be accessed by the elevator Alpha Quadrant. We hope you have a pleasant stay on Citadel Station.
Okay, so let's pay attention to this too. Interestingly, that came in on November 6th. I think 2072 is what that's supposed to be. So that's got to be right now. We just received that now. I forgot to check, but I also left myself a note. Myself is in the player character here. If we go to select the data reader on the side here, and go to logs, we can see level 1 logs. And this one is marked May 6th, 72. This is one I sent to myself. I'm not going to read it out loud. I don't like reading things, but you guys can pause it if you really want to check it out. So this is a note the player character me left to myself before I went into the 6th month sleep. So that all lines up. If I left this on May 6th, yeah, 5/6 to 11/6. And that also importantly gives me the code to Healing Suite 451, which people in the know, I think that's the first reference there. And then these are our logs. Yeah.
Showdown security's closing down on us. The elevators are frozen. Myra keeps saying that it's the cameras and the medical CPU core that Showdown's using these to hold onto the level. That's all fine, but I don't really see how it helps. The thing is everywhere.
So, again, if you played System Shock 2, this idea of kind of moving through the levels with a locked elevator should be kind of familiar to you. The cameras here don't summon security like they did in System Shock 2. They just represent a percentage that you have to bring down to a low enough level to allow the elevator to unlock and move to the next level. You can check on that. That is one of the things that we picked up, the status hardware here. So you can see I've changed the central MFD to hardware. When I click on status to highlight it, I can select item over here, and it'll show me information about that item. So here's the current status of the station. Security for this floor is 96%. I already destroyed those cameras. The laser's still charging. Life pods are disabled, so no hope there. Shields are off. Reactor normal. I don't know what some of this other stuff means. We'll get to it, though, I assume. Gonna change that back to auto map for now, though. Alright, double click this and enter the code. 451. And then already there's a mutant outside. Alright. So there's a lot of flavor stuff lying around. You can click on it and see that's a wrapper, that's a skull, a severed limb. Human bones. Human bones can't be looted. But there's a medipatch here. And there's a camera there. That's not hidden, is it? There we go. Okay. Let's come over here. Nothing. New access gained group 1. And another log.
Gunther was killed today. I can't let myself think about it. I think I understand how Showdown is doing it. When we destroy the cameras and CPU nodes, Showdown loses some of its control over the station functions, at least on this level. I think I can restore manual control in the hospital.
Alright, getting some ammo and grenades there. Good, stocking up. Okay. This is a little hacking puzzle here, the access panel. So double click on that to start it down here. Because we're on the highest level of puzzle, we need to connect all of these. This is an easy starter one. Go. And like that. Okay. Activates an elevator here. I'll pick up a stamina and another dart gun. So let's go ahead and unload that and then drop it. I don't need to. Repair bot. Oh, you're a tough bugger, aren't you? Okay, battery. Batteries are general use items that can, oops, used to be recharge your energy up here without an energy charging station. So those are basically ammo for your energy weapons. We're going to hold on to those. Those are valuable. Stamina stimulants are patches down here. You can see stamina up. That basically just gives you unlimited stamina for a while. I haven't found much use for those. Berserk patches deal extra damage. Let's check here. Upper body strength side effects. So all of the patches have side effects too, except for the meta patches. Those just simply heal you. Check the body down here, nothing on them. Ladders are a little bit weird too. You have to move into them and hold the jump button. In this case, I've got it bound to space. More meta patches. Nice. This is just a button. Turns the lights on in this area. Cool. Let's check out over here. Pipe is a good starter weapon. Mutants don't have any ranged attacks, so we're just going to take out as many of those as we possibly can without wasting ammo, doing a little bit of backpedaling. And I'm not sure if it's the difficulty setting or what, but they are usually quite generous with their drops. What is that? Ooh, Spark Beam. Okay, so this is my first energy weapon. I'm excited about this. You can see down here, you can actually set how much damage it does. And it'll do higher damage, but drain your energy faster. So I like to leave it right under the eye, just as a compromise. I don't know. Personal taste. You can also overload it to do one giant shot at once, but that also runs out the heat. So you can fire this an unlimited amount, as long as you have the energy, but it will overheat after a while. And it has surprisingly good range and speed. Like, it feels good to use. But we're going to stick with the pipe for now, because it's just not really necessary with these mutants. Like I said, I do apologize. I played through this floor quite a number of times, so I am rather familiar with it at this point. Things will get a little bit more exciting once I get to floor 2 and have a lot less familiarity. I can use this switch on the wall here to open this door. You've got to crouch to get through it, and then the room itself has biocontamination. Get those 2 grenades, just make sure we fill out the map, so I know I was in there. Run out. What was it? So near as I can tell, the way biocontamination works is you can see in the upper left, actually it's kind of obscured by my video right now, but it says biocontaminant 3 LBP, and then it slowly ticks down. It'll do minimal damage while it's ticking down. Same with radiation, but radiation seems to be more damaging. If you're familiar, think of it maybe as the difference between poison and toxic in Dark Souls. But that could still be a misunderstanding on my part, so if anybody knows better, please correct me on how exactly biocontamination and radiation work in this. Oh, and you can see my fatigue levels just hit high there too, because I was running down the hall. Let's keep going this way for a little bit. There's a mutant down here. He got a hit in. I think this button just turns these lights on a little bit more. And then we have the armory here, but it's locked. And also blocked by Shodan level security. So not only do I need the passcode for this, but I need to destroy enough cameras that Shodan will actually let me unlock it, or not let me, but fail to stop me. There's our first cyborg in here. They are hit scanners, but they're also pretty weak.
Carl has come back from recon without Alan. He says they took Alan into a room marked cyborg conversion, and now he's a cyborg assassin. Carl marked the room with the word "here" before he ran. One of the technicians says we can just flip a switch and make the converter a surgery unit again. With only 12 of us left, though, it may be an academic point. Maybe someone else should have been leader.
So that's another mechanic that should look familiar to System Shock 2 players. Once you find the surgery unit and convert it back, anytime you die, you'll respawn there. Get that camera. There doesn't appear to be a penalty for death in this game, though. Like, none whatsoever. There aren't nanites or any sort of currency. Nice pistol ammo off of that. What is that? Biological systems monitor. So that just gives a more detailed readout of my health and fatigue levels. But it also consumes 1 JPM, which will slowly drain my energy. I don't think that provides enough value to be worth it. Looking for cameras. Oh, there's one. So you can also see down on the map here too, there's a tiny little red dot. That shows where cameras are. They can be hard to spot. It helps if you miss them. Choo. Okay, that's all in here.
Left a week ago. We found the mutants fighting over the remains this morning. We're caught between the mutants and the cyborgs, so I'm worried whether we can return to Morrison's plan. We're going to send Alan and Carl for the cyborg turret. Use the elevator.
Oh, that woke up the cyborg. Teflon coated rounds. I believe those are like armor piercing rounds for the pistol. Alright, let's come back and explore over this way a bit more. There's that camera I missed before, and that door going haywire. Gruesome sight in here. Check all these bodies. Broken gun. Wrapper. No. What is that? Spark beam. So you have a limited inventory for guns. It might be worth picking up a second spark beam in case you really get into the heat of things and overheat the first gun, or you want to leave the second gun on overload. I don't think it's worth wasting the space right now. Or ever, really. It's just an option.
We're finished. Keith and the others went down the access corridor an hour ago to fight the mutants. None of them have come back. Soon the mutants will come for the rest of us.
So again, looking at the logs here, all of this is happening from October 11th to the 26th. So it looks like things started to go downhill maybe a month before I woke up. And the past week, things have been a bit more quiet. That's unnerving. Office here. And see, I remember finding this here before a gas grenade. You really want to look around everything.
We got the supplies from the West Wing. Hanson and Rain killed by mutants nesting in the access corridor. We can't just hide here. Let's bring us one by one. In an hour, about 20 of us are gonna rush them. We'll try to break through the access corridor and go to the bridge. If we fail, God save our souls.
Oh, that is a cyborg assassin there. They are nasty. There we go. Use our dart gun to take him down real quick. Eat that body. And here come a bunch more mutants. Come on. This is the DH-07 stun gun. I looked it up on the wiki because I found the gun so baffling. That is almost completely useless as far as I can tell. It consumes more energy to do less damage than the spark on both ends, and stuns, but only biological things. It doesn't seem to stun cyborgs for that long. So maybe there's a use for it later, or it's just some interesting flavor. You can see my weapon starting to overheat there a little bit. One more. There we go. Now let's loot them all. It does seem to be fairly plentiful with the med patches. I'm already up to 10. I'm being careful with mine. I'm not going to use them unless I really need to. Tranquilizer darts. Again, really not sure what those are used for. I can't imagine what you would want to tranquilize as opposed to outright kill. Can't use normal screens. And there's something under here. Let's go prone and find out what it is. That's another spark beam. Okay. So I'm going to run around the edges of this room real quick. Make sure I picked up everything. Ooh. Look at all that pistol ammo I almost left on the cyborg assassin. Just make sure my map looks good. Yeah, that's the stun gun. Just got done talking about it. So now, before I leave this room, take a look at the map, too, on what exploring has done for it. Notice over here these kind of awkward bumps in the wall. Guess what those are? That's right, secrets. So the nice thing about secrets is they're usually fairly easy to find. You can actually see there's a blue outline along this wall, and if I click on it, it tells me it's a hidden door, as opposed to, you know, these other walls that are comm ports, environmental regulators, or soft paneling. So let's go ahead and open that up. Nice, got some ammo in there. And then this one over here. Blocked by Shodan level security. So we're going to need to get the security level down before it's going to let us open this one. And spoilers, I kind of already know what to do here. This door is only going to open if we get the security for the level down to a perfect 0. So there is incentive to do that. But for the meantime, let's mark it as security's secret. Yes. All right. And with that, we're going to enter the beta quadrant, and I've already been running for about 30 minutes. So I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Again, like and subscribe if you feel like it. I would really appreciate any sort of criticism or commentary that can help me grow or improve the channel while I'm getting started. Thanks!